Manslaughter charges were dropped against Christy Guzman, and she's free tonight. The sister of the man she fatally shot speaks to 7 News. And we questioned the big loan the HRCU approved for its president. You'll hear her answers tonight. Plus, the Belmopan mayor is trying to crack down on farm animals in the capital. Tonight, we'll take you to the hinterlands of the capital city, where poultry and livestock are a way of life. Also, less than nothing. That's what the DPP called the investigative file on Budna that police took weeks to put together. Tonight, we'll look at its trajectory. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, November 13th, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Crank.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Yes, Belize, November is finally here, and Mikado is having its annual sale of all sales. You heard me right. It's Mikado's annual November 19th blowout sale. Blowout sale. So come on over and take advantage starting November 14th to November 19th. That's 6 full days of savings just for you. This Garfuna Settlement Day sale will be a once-in-a-lifetime event. And the best part of this sale is that you don't need to rush, as there will be enough time and enough items for you to buy. So start early and get this awesome treat from Mikado. Remember now, the sale starts on the 14th of November right through to the 19th of November. And you know what the teacher says, the early bird catches the worm. Again, I must repeat, the sale starts on the 14th and ends on the 19th of November. And as a bonus treat, when you shop, you will be given a coupon to shop again and again and again. Mikado, number 37 Albert Street, your textile palace.
These charter remains aren't from
We're navigating along the coast.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Crank.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Newton Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
Has 5 days of amazing deals November 15th to the 19th. Get up to 30% off credit with Court Ready Finance. Plus, pay until January 2026. A free payment pass and free delivery. Open this Sunday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and November 19th 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get all these deals and more. Don't miss it. It's the 5 days of amazing deals November 15th to the 19th. Courts bringing value home.
I'm Randolph Friesen and I manage Westbell Produce. Better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Get ready, please. The deals are drumming louder than ever at Benny's. On November 18th, for one day only, Benny's is turning up the savings with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event. Find amazing discounts on selected items such as paints, fans, lights, faucets, tiles, and so much more. Plus, get B-Bucks with every purchase. Remember, B-Bucks is free money. So don't miss out. Visit any Benny's location countrywide on Tuesday, November 18th. Drum up some savings this massive season with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
In an emergency, people may try to take advantage of a person at risk, including children and women. Avoid this from happening to your family members by practicing the following. Be aware of strangers offering to take your children away and promising to help you or your family. These offers are not always genuine, and a child could be at risk of violence, exploitation, or abuse. Make every effort to let your children know that they can tell you if something happens to them, and it doesn't matter who the person is, that you will listen and report it. Talk to your children and let them know that they should ask for help immediately if someone tries to touch them in an inappropriate way or make them feel uncomfortable. Report any negative behavior or conduct by anyone. By following these tips, you can ensure the safety of your family.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The family of Wilson Hernandez is angry and disappointed tonight after charges against his alleged killer, Christy Guzman, were quietly dropped a few days ago. Guzman fatally shot Hernandez back in September during an altercation that he was having with his common-law wife, Dalia Veos. According to Hernandez's family, the prosecutors told them that they would aim for a murder charge, but later levied manslaughter by negligence. The family was also concerned when they did not object to bail. And now, with the charges dropped, they're outraged and devastated. So, what was the final piece of evidence that led the deputy DPP to make this decision? Courtney Menzies has this story.
21-year-old Christy Guzman is a free woman after the charge of manslaughter by negligence that was levied against her back in October was dropped. Guzman was accused of pulling the trigger of the gun that killed Wilson Hernandez in Belmopan. It was a night that began with an argument between Hernandez and his common-law wife, Dalia Veos, who is Guzman's aunt. The fight occurred on the street outside the couple's home, and during the chaos, Veos handed Guzman her licensed firearm, which is what Guzman eventually used. Most of the incident was caught on surveillance camera, but according to Deputy DPP Javier Chan, a vital piece of evidence was not captured, that Hernandez was allegedly choking Veos, which prompted Guzman to shoot him. Chan explained that the bullet caught his arm, then went into his torso, hitting vital organs. But his office ultimately concluded that she did not intend to kill him, and moreover, she was protecting her aunt. But it's not an explanation that Hernandez's family buys.
Honestly, heartbroken, sad, the fact that, he lost his life, and that's the way how they're seeing it, that they don't deserve to get charged. Like, it's more heartbreaking to know that his life is just gonna be gone like that, no kind of justice. Why I believe that it was planned was the fact that when he got shot, my little sister ran out and you could see her in the camera where she's like stepping back and she's like, Wilson, and she's screaming. And my mom said Dalia's reaction was, Christy, what did you do? And then by that time, Wilson fell on the ground and he started bleeding through his mouth. And, that's where they wanted to put him in the vehicle so that they could go. Before Dalia ever even moved, Dalia got the gun from her knees, put it back in her purse, and walked towards the vehicle. Listen, if you see someone get shot in front of you, your first reaction is to try to help, try to do something. Their reaction to it didn't seem as something like, oh my God, it was a mistake, or like shock.
And following the withdrawal of charges, Bayos issued a statement on her Facebook page where she details the abuse she reportedly faced at the hands of Hernandez. She stated, quote, "Many times I was abused, taken like a punching bag, and the scars left on my body are nothing compared to the emotional damage. I was left bleeding, couldn't even recognize the person in the mirror, and on top of being raped and forced to do many things. If he was good to you, sorry, I wasn't as lucky. I received his darkest side," end quote. She also released this video showing her injuries after one of the incidents. She also sent the video to Schubert, who didn't deny that her brother was abusive towards Bayos. However, she said that she advised both of them to end their relationship.
Wilson and Dalia have been together since 2020. Throughout the entire time, I only know of 2 incidents. And the one where she posted the video, she sent it to me, and I told her, I said, leave. I said, you have to leave, like, get a restraining order against him, like, just leave. And she was like, I can't leave, the police won't do nothing. And I remember telling her to leave, and like a couple days later, I kept checking on her every day. I kept asking her, and then she kept acting like if she couldn't, talk to me. So I just, I let it go, right? Then my brother sent me a voice message, and I hear her in the background. And I'm like, okay, well, they make up back. Like, they're good. Then they ended up getting into another argument. She told him, like, oh, you think your sister have your back? She same one they tell me, like, left you and get a restraining order against you. And he called me and he's like, Julie, like, how you would tell Dalia, like, if you left me, and I like, Wilson, I find out what you do, and I don't condone that. And me and him, we had a back and forth, cuss him out, all kinds of stuff. And in there, he was mad at me that I was like speaking to her, like trying to advise her to leave him and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, it only right that she's gonna leave. She never left. Honestly, what could I, as his sister, do for her? What could I do? I spoke to him. I told him, like, leave her. The fact that the way how their relationship started and the way how it got, like, just leave each other alone. But they were both too toxic.
She added that while she condemned her brother's actions, it did not warrant him being killed.
They just used to fight, and they had like a toxic relationship, and I just believe that it didn't have to end in him dying.
In her Facebook post, Dalia Bayos writes, quote, "I am aware of threats and talk of street justice. Every single rumor, comment, or conspiracy that threatens us or calls for vigilante action is being documented and followed up. If anything happens to me or my family, there will be a clear trail to trace where it came from." 2 weeks ago, we told you about a $622,000 loan that the Holder Redeemer Credit Union approved for its president, Wendy Castillo, in mid-2024. Our story focused on a report from the HRCU's own internal auditor, who raised some flags about incomplete documentation and other deviations from policy and procedure in the processing of the loan. We asked President Castillo for comment, but at the time she only offered a blanket denial that there was nothing amiss with the loan. But yesterday, on The Pressure, we are told the president did issue a 6-minute statement in defense of the loan and her reputation. HRCU did not send it to us, but we saw it on another station and felt it important to use as her response to the credible allegations of irregularities. Jules Vasquez put together a story on what she said and what the auditor said.
Recently, there have been misleading statements promoted by one media outlet suggesting that I received a business loan from HRCU that did not follow our established policies. I want to openly and truthfully address this matter. Let me be absolutely clear. Those statements are wholly misleading, purposely omitting critical facts.
But we got our information strictly from this internal auditor's report, which was dated September 2024, 3 months after the full loan was disbursed in mid-June 2024. It clearly says that at that date, payout was made without the conditions being met.
Approval was given by the credit committee. The loan was then submitted to internal audit for a full review and compliance checks. The internal auditor in the preliminary review highlighted the need for additional documentation to further secure the loan, which was provided.
But in fact, the internal auditor said that it was not additional documentation, but the basic documents which had not been provided. The auditor says, for example, notably, financials were an explicit credit committee condition to this loan, but was not met. But the president says, without offering any certified proof, that all is now in order.
All documentation is on file. My loan payments are met monthly. I want to make it clear that the loan was approved in accordance with all the required procedures that HRCU has always adhered to strictly. I assure you that every transaction follows the same strict process for all members, regardless of the position held at HRCU.
But the auditor doesn't only suggest. She states otherwise, for example, that the documents required to be in place prior to disbursement were not, and that, in another example, legal fees were not paid before full disbursement and were then simply added on to the total disbursed, effectively rewriting the loan. But President Castillo says she got no special privilege.
For the record, no special privilege was ever granted to me. Absolutely nothing wrong has happened. There have been no irregularities and all required procedures have been met. Let me assure you that your credit union is strong, stable, and well managed.
The Central Bank of Belize, which regulates the credit union, has not issued any statement, though we have asked for one. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll go to Belmopan, where the mayor says there's no room for poultry and livestock in his shining city, while poor rural residents say that's how they survive. And later on, the police served the DPP with a big old nothing burger when they gave her the Budna file. We look at the history of the file. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Get ready, Belize. The deals are drumming louder than ever at Benny's. On November 18th, for one day only, Benny's is turning up the savings with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event. Find amazing discounts on selected items such as paints, fans, lights, faucets, tiles, and so much more. Plus, get B-Bucks with every purchase. Remember, B-Bucks is free money. So don't miss out. Visit any Benny's location countrywide on Tuesday, November 18th. Drum up some savings this massive season with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning. the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Boy, Junior, put on your shoes, boy. We're going to Mikado right now.
Again, Granny? What you so now? A tent?
Watch your mouth, boy. The Garifuna Settlement Day sale, November 14th to the 19th. That's 6 full days of savings only the Mikado.
Okay, Gran. What else happened so then?
Child, then got green tag sale. 50% off selected items. And then they got 10 to 20% off store-wide. And that include the new stock that just reached too. They got curtains, cushion covers, home decor, and 3D wallpaper. And it's so pretty, Junior.
Oh, Bim. All right, you do a little shopping then.
Huh, boy, try for me. Grab my purse with a red Mikado today.
Mikado is celebrating Garifuna heritage with its annual Garifuna Settlement Day sale, embracing community, tradition, and color. Join us from November 14th to the 19th at Mikado, 37 Albert Street, downtown Belize City. Mikado, the textile palace, famous for better prices.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
A mosquito breeding site can be as big as a barrel or as small as this container. This is why it is very important to eliminate mosquito breeding sites in and around the home. Wash and change the water in containers at least every 7 days. If you have water barrels, remember to keep them well covered and wash with soap at least every 7 days. If you live in an area where there are many mosquitoes, protect doors and windows with mosquito nets. Turn containers that can accumulate water upside down and eliminate those that cannot be used. Keep trash bins well covered and free from water. Clean gutters and drains to avoid accumulating garbage and water. Share this information with your neighbors so that the entire community works to eliminate breeding sites and prevent dengue. Remember, check, wash, cover, flip, and eliminate.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
On Tuesday, a woman was arrested for human trafficking-related charges. 46-year-old Reina Orbina was charged by the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Unit of the Police Department for 2 counts of sex trafficking and 2 counts of labor trafficking. The allegations against her are that Urbina trafficked 2 adult women from Central America for both labor and sexual exploitation. She's currently out on bail of $10,000 until January 16th, when she will be back in court. Urbina, a well-known resident of Orange Walk with origins in Nicaragua, was convicted once before back in 2023 for facilitating the commission of an offense after she pleaded guilty to helping a Guatemalan woman enter into Belize illegally. She was jointly charged with 2 other persons. She partially blinded her 7-year-old son by striking him with a knife. Now a mother of 4 has been declared mentally unfit to stand trial for maim. 38-year-old Natalie Palacio was today declared unfit by a jury of 9 in the High Court. After deliberating for just under half an hour, the jury returned a unanimous verdict this morning, finding that Palacio was insane and not fit for trial. As a result, she was released from custody free of charges. Palacio was facing a charge of maim after she allegedly struck her son in the eye in April of 2022, causing him to lose vision in one eye. The court held a fitness hearing to determine whether she was mentally capable of standing trial following multiple evaluations with a psychiatrist from the Ministry of Health. Ultimately, the jurors agreed that the accused mother was not mentally capable of understanding the proceedings of instructing her defense, leading to the unanimous verdict that brought the case to a close. 45-year-old Fidel Medina, a resident of San Pedro, has been remanded to prison after he was found guilty of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl. He was convicted for assault of a child under 16 by penetration and 1 count of sexual assault, but found not guilty on the 2nd count. The minor testified in court that sometime between April 1st, 2023 and June 12th of 2023, Medina touched her inappropriately on 2 occasions. Medina denied the allegation that he had penetrated her with his finger and stated that in relation to the 2nd allegation that he touched her breast, that it had been an accident. He is remanded until December 12th of 2025. Decades ago, before the capital city of Belmopan became Greater Belmopan, it was surrounded by a scatter of immigrant and Maya communities, places like Las Flores, Salvapan, San Martin, and Maya Mopan. Now these communities, which are rural by nature, were all subsumed into Greater Belmopan, and it's not always the neat fit. Because in the hinterland, seeking chickens in a yard, a horse, maybe even a goat, pig, or a cow is not unusual. But for those residents thinking about trying and tying their horse to a lamppost in the neighborhood park, well, they'd better brace for a $200 fine and for the animals to be taken away. The mayor has decided to open up the law book to find a solution to the few handfuls of livestock that are often left to roam populated areas. But tonight, there's a pushback from some of the residents who farm for a living, and the mayor explained why he's pushing back. Jo Marie Lanza has this story.
Perhaps the old ways of sustaining a living by raising livestock are not suitable for a fast-growing city. We're talking about the horses wandering around near busy roads and schools, and sometimes you'll see a few ducks or chickens. Belmopan Mayor Pablo Kawich says it's starting to become a problem, and their best solution is to emphasize the law that is already there.
We had been receiving a lot of complaints from residents, specifically with horses, cattle, and sheep and goats that are being taken to public areas like parks and fields, and they just leave them there, sometimes tied, sometimes untied, to graze. In some instances, for example, like Las Flores and the Maya Mopan area, it's right beside the entrance or the exit of the school gate. So it endangers the children, it endangers the teachers, the parents that go by to drop off and pick up their children. So due to that public harm, we had to take action and start ensuring that the owners of these livestock are not putting people in danger. So that was the true motive behind why we started to enforce or are trying to enforce the livestock portion of the Belmopan City Council Act and the Ministry of the Health Act.
The Public Health Act declares that it is illegal to have farm animals within city limits. Belmopan falls under a declared urban area, which in turn is not designated as an area for farming.
It's a law that has existed for many years. It's not something that we just implemented or created. We are just trying to start and enforce the law to ensure safety for the people. We have a lot of chicken farming happening within the city. As I mentioned, it's not something that we were trying to enforce the prevention of farming of chickens, but with this movement for the livestock, we also have to try and ensure that we address the law in its full capacity based on the recommendations from Ministry of Health and the Belmopan City Council Act. So, for example, let me use the chickens as an example. The feces that they create is the toxins usually travel with air. So that goes over to the neighbors as pollution. So for health reasons, that is why the law was enacted. The recommended distance for farm animals to any residence, any home dwelling, is 500 yards. So that in itself is, if we look at the case that you asked about just now, if you have a 1 acre parcel of land in Belmopan, within the city, and you have cattle or horses, the feces will undergo the same type of effect as the chicken feces. So those toxins and pollutants will travel with the air to the home dwellings, and that is the portion which we have to be considerate about or be mindful about for the health of our residents in the city.
And for those not so populous areas like Maya Mopan Extension, it still falls within city limits. So the law does impact persons like Rosa Teo. She has been living on this land owned by her daughter from way before persons began to build homes in Maya Mopan. Her humble way of living is also somewhat a cultural norm for her family. Her only source of income is raising and selling her poultry. She keeps them all in this little fenced corner of her yard. And as you can tell, her chickens are not wandering around near schools or residential areas.
Mostly everybody in my farm have them chicken. Everybody, you go to every houses, you will find everybody have them chicken. Mm-hmm. Yes, she said, no matter what the near door say, she not get pretty animal. Because this animal not molest him. As you see, you have a spot of a fence up, in the stick. I no molest, never go out there, molest nobody. She maintain me with corn, as you see, corn in there. Chicken eat. When I need to give them, to feed them, buying corn, I get one of them, I sell it, and I buy them corn. Feed them. That's what I do. Her husband passed away already, so only she wants. Like she said, I am the social helper, no, not also she needs to see that. You survive from them. From those animals she survived, they buy from her and then from there she provide to her kitchen.
But maybe Mayor Kowich might consider bending the laws for some, even as they move forward towards becoming a more developed city.
As we move forward with development, we will always encounter complications that don't fit into the forward movement of progress. In cases like this, we have to look at them as individual cases and try to find solutions to that problem. I don't know if the lady in question is renting her property, if she's the owner of the property. So, as I mentioned, it's completely a case-by-case basis that we have to look at these things, because sometimes the people might just be renting in the city, and that type of farming lifestyle would be more adequate somewhere else. I'm not trying to say that we don't want people in Belmopan. It's just that some forms of living are not adequate for within the city.
It's a clash of two different versions, a shining garden city on a hill and another one that exists within it. Residents who carved their plot out of thick bush, eking out of subsistence existence at the bottom of that hill. By January, we will know if they can coexist. Until then, one resident is already getting ready by tying up his poultry rather than facing a fine. Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
So if you live in Belmopan, what exactly counts as the city limits? Well, Mayor Kowich explained which communities fall within the radius.
The city has city limits. The city of Belmopan has a 12 square mile area. It runs from the corner of Guanacaste Park all the way to the northern highway, the western highway, the George Price Highway, that goes up to the just before the entrance of the Never Delay Road. Southwards, it goes a little bit past Las Flores, and on the southeast side, it would be a little bit past where the Innovabel development is happening. So once it's within the city limits, the city laws apply.
Take a break now. When we come back, less than nothing. That's what's in the Budna file. But 69 days after the abduction, how did we get back to zero? We'll follow the trajectory. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, Champion Security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Yes. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Handsome. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where safety is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it, it's not a problem. We got got remote gate.
The next time you're passing creative marketing at 146 corner of East Collet Canal and Alenby, don't be shy. Come on in.
Welcome to Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
We offer services like graphic designs for logos or banners or any other special request. Get designs printed on t-shirts for sporting events, special events like birthdays, or for your business. Get your polos or dress shirts officially embroidered with logos or business names. For special requests, our sewing department can get you fixed up with custom preferences. Our in-house name brands like Eliani's collection produces uniform dress shirts and blouses for work or school. Our Z-Tech Sportswear produces fisherman shirts and dry fit polos for males or females. Ask about other items. In other departments, we produce customized banners and fin feathers. At Creative Marketing, there's so much more. So next time you're in need, come take a look. Call us at 207-2023. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
We will begin with two teams. The first team is the Garifuna worldview. Aubun amulno agar begarina awanse omalao, meaning I for you and you for me is the Garifuna way. Let us move forward. And this means this builds on reciprocity. I am because you are because I am. We are brothers and sisters. We must not be killing each other. Absolutely, no need for that. Because it's love that we are sharing. It is love that we are building, not destruction. You know. So I believe in our team. If only we all would practice it. I for you, you for me is the Garifuna way. Let us move forward. And the second theme for this year's celebration is Wabarangon leader Garifuna do Yura Hawame Warasa Agabuda Long Sasigo Inebese Lowanichugo. Garifuna moving forward, honoring tradition, embracing change, strengthening our identity, as well as the Belizean identity as well.
Hi, my name is Sana Roland, and as Mr. Kai explained earlier, this year we'll be commemorating our 223rd anniversary while being settled in Belize as the Garinago people. And while we've been here, before we even got here, it wasn't an easy task, it was a struggle. So we are completely appreciative of the fact that Mikado celebrates us year in, year out, every single year for the past 10 years or even more.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Get ready, Belize. The deals are drumming louder than ever at Benny's. On November 18th, for one day only, Benny's is turning up the savings with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event. Find amazing discounts on selected items such as paints, fans, lights, faucets, tiles, and so much more. Plus, get B-Bucks with every purchase. Remember, B-Bucks is free money. So don't miss out. Visit any Benny's location countrywide on Tuesday, November 18th. Drum up some savings this massive season with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Boy, Junior, put on your shoes, boy. We're going to Mikado right now.
Again, Granny, what you so now? A tent?
Watch your mouth, boy. The Garifuna Settlement Day sale, November 14th to the 19th. That's 6 full days of savings only the Mikado.
Okay, Gran, what else happened so then?
Child, then got green tag sale. 50% off selected items. And then they got 10 to 20% off store-wide. And that include the new stock that just reached too. They got curtains, cushion covers, home decor, and 3D wallpaper. And it's so pretty, Junior.
Oh, Bim. All right, you do a little shopping then.
Huh, boy, try for me. Grab my purse with a red Mikado today.
Mikado is celebrating Garifuna heritage at its annual Garifuna Settlement Day sale, embracing community, tradition, and color. Join us from November 14th to the 19th at Mikado, 37 Albert Street, downtown Belize City. Mikado, the textile palace, famous for better prices.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
"47-year-old Luis Castellanos was arrested and charged yesterday for aggravated burglary and the offense of possession of a utensil for smoking controlled drugs. The incident occurred in a new crime hotspot in Cayo, Guanabele Drive in Bullet Tree Falls on Tuesday morning, just before 9. Margaret Gallagher and her husband Thomas Gallagher were returning home when they were held at gunpoint by 2 men. They were taken inside the house and forced to kneel down. Their hands were tied behind their backs, and the men demanded money, a gun, and their vehicle keys. They searched the home and stole 2 iPhone and vehicle keys, and when police arrived on the scene, they saw Castellanos attempting to open the front gate. Another man was downstairs wielding a firearm. Both men ran behind the yard when they saw the police. The officers chased after them and caught Castellanos in the bushes while the other man escaped. When police searched Castellanos, they found a silver metal crack pipe in his pocket. The cell phones were later recovered in the bushes near the home. We note that earlier this month, another vehicle theft occurred in Bullet Tree Falls. This community, which is near the western border, has been plagued by burglars who specifically target vehicles. A realtor was also killed around there in June. The Corazon Free Zone has been under pressure recently based on tense relations with the Mexican cartels who control the tobacco trade. Well, in an effort to perhaps cool things down, the office of the Prime Minister and other government of Belize officials met with counterparts from the Mexican state of Quintana Roo at the Corazon Free Zone conference room yesterday, November 12th. A release says they discussed ways to increase the exchange of information and best practices as it relates to gender-based violence, interventions, and beach erosion initiatives in the Chetumal Bay, coordination of initiatives and projects, the introduction in Belize of a border pass for residents in the 5 southern Mexican states, and joint policy development to increase and coordinate investment. Joseph Budna was abducted 83 days ago, and we now know that in those 12 weeks, police investigations have produced nothing. So, one has to have been arrested even though 2 police officers can be identified on the surveillance video. No vehicle has been identified or even named, and no one has been held to account. It has been, in totality, a nothing show. And the DPP had the courage to call it out yesterday. Jules Vasquez looks at how we got here.
But the Assistant Superintendent, Assistant Commissioner Anderson is a seasoned police officer, a seasoned investigator. And even from the media, you would have said that she has an impeccable reputation. And so there is no need for us to be watching every step of her in terms of the investigation. But certainly, the Office of the Commissioner of Police instructs on all investigations from time to time.
A seasoned police, but apparently a lousy investigator, or maybe one who just did not want to find anything.
And I apologize as director for saying this, but I was also expecting that there would have been nothing in the file. What I was not expecting was that there would be less than nothing in the file, which is really my characterization of what has been put before me.
To be clear, I said the file would be thin. You said it is not, but yet you characterize the file as having less than nothing.
Yes, there can be words. The words can be of no effect. There can be words that really don't say anything.
It is a withering conclusion and a severe, maybe unprecedented public pronouncement. But somehow all that nothing sailed right past the police minister, who is an attorney. From what you have heard, what is in that report?
The report had, I believe, 10 witnesses that have been interviewed. It had references made to the identification by your good self and Budna. It had reference made to 2 surveillance footages. So we do know that they do exist.
And while Musa treated the nothing as if it was something, the Prime Minister, who's the only one who had possession of the file, seemed okay with nothing, and just passing that nothing down to the DPP.
Quite likely, and I will make the recommendation tomorrow to Cabinet. I think it's better than time to just pass it on to the DPP and let them deal with it.
So no independent investigation?
Did you hear what I just said?
I did.
Thank you.
The DPP directs the police to go back and investigate.
Well, then what do we need to do? So what do you want us to do? Bring the FBI? I mean...
That casual dismissal is now left with the only person who has any interest in seeing justice done in a public kidnapping by police officers. I know you can't speak prematurely, but will there be arrests?
Based on what was sent to me at this very moment, there cannot possibly be an arrest of anyone because very few people saw anything, and what they saw, they're not too sure about what it was that they saw. So at the moment, no, there can definitely not be an arrest of anyone at all. But we are looking at the file as a team, and we are deciding where we're going to go from here.
We note that up to now, at least, the police have made no arrests to speak to the victim of the kidnapping, and that's Joseph Budna. The Balkan Bridge replacement project is going to be one of the most ambitious and complex civil engineering projects the city has ever seen, and on October 28th, the City Council invited bids which would have been opened tomorrow morning, November 14th. But something's afoot because last night the City Council sent a notice to all bidders saying that the bid opening will not be happening tomorrow and that it has been deferred until further notice. It would have been the Council's first bridge project, and that generated a huge controversy when it was alleged that the Lebanese firm they had contracted to supervise the project had stolen the design from a local engineer. For its part, that firm has said it simply retooled the design to make it workable. But There was also disturbance in government circles since the MIDH raised a public stink that the bridge project had been taken away from their ministry, which has supervised every bridge project in Belize's modern history. Reports tell 7 News this pause in plans by City Hall is step 1 of the project reverting to MIDH, which reportedly came out of a meeting between the Minister of MIDH, Julius Espat, and the Prime Minister. Thanks to funding made possible through the Green Climate Fund Readiness Program, the Protected Areas Conservation Trust handed over new equipment and software to all city and town councils across the country to enhance climate resilience within their municipalities. The equipment includes laptops and accessories to support the use of a geographic information system that can be utilized for data-driven decision-making. Here are the highlights from the handing over.
Today, we officially hand over essential IT equipment to Belize's 9 municipalities under PAC's Readiness 10 program with the Green Climate Fund. This handover represents a tangible step forward in strengthening institutional capacity to build climate-resilient communities across the country. Prior to this, the GIS software licenses had already been provided under this project, and representatives from your respective municipalities had already participated in a series of capacity-building workshops facilitated by the Center for Applied Development Studies in collaboration with the Belize Association of Professional Planners. With over 20 days of extensive training, these workshops focused on enhancing stakeholder knowledge and leadership capacity to advocate for climate-resilient settlements and infrastructure. Specialized sessions covered topics such as understanding climate change and its impacts on cities, characteristics of resilient urban systems, and the application of GIS tools to promote sustainable and resilient urban planning. Today is a moment to pause and acknowledge the progress we have made together in strengthening our urban communities.
There's so many needs that are out there. You know, having mayors and representatives of municipalities, if we just focus on urban development, there are so many needs. And so over the time, since 2019, PAC has engaged in a series of what is called readiness programs, basically financing that is provided to an organization that's accredited like PAC to get ready to be able to then go for larger programs. Readiness that is allowed, that PAC can use, and we have in this case, in this particular program, we can get ready other organizations to join us in the pool, because the more you have accredited, the more potential access you may have to climate financing. Which is why this particular program here at the end, it's a long name. At the end, you'd see there, it speaks about the readiness or the strengthening of the Ministry of Economic Transformation to also be GCF accredited.
Short-term logging licenses. They are a favorite of politicians who ask for them on behalf of their campaign contributors and constituents all the time. They're also the main avenue to abuses like the one we saw in Boston Village. Well, now, they are being put on a 5-year pause. A release says that on the recommendation of the Forest Department, the Minister of Sustainable Development has agreed to implement a moratorium on the issuance of short-term forest licenses and petty permits for the cutting and harvesting of trees from national land throughout the country of Belize to commence December 1st, 2025 for a period of 5 years. Furthermore, individual applications for short-term forest licenses and petty permits for the cutting and harvesting of trees from lands held under leases will be reviewed more stringently and meticulously with a view towards conservation and protection. The release adds that the moratorium and the increased scrutiny of applications have become necessary due to mounting evidence of forest stock depletion and increased pressures being placed on young and regenerating forest stands as a result of the unsustainable extraction of trees. The Forest Department says that the moratorium will allow a period for threatened, degraded, and over-harvested forests to regenerate, thereby allowing young trees to grow and reach merchantable sizes, improve ecosystem services, and increase the forest's ability to withstand and recover from forest fires and other threats. And that's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see our streaming video on our Facebook or YouTube pages. Have a pleasant evening. Join Miriam Abdul-Kawi here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on Monday. Until then, have a good one.